Hey guys, it's Jay here. Today's date is the 8th of the 8th, 2017. I am 2 years and 5 months on testosterone and just over 4 months on minoxidil. Um, Today I want to talk about a few things that um, I've been struggling with this week. As you guys know, I just don't talk about the good sides of being trans. Also talk about the downsides of being trans, things that I had no idea I would be going through when I started hormones until I started going through it. Today I'm mostly talking about dealing with my emotions and some of the thought patterns I've had the last couple of weeks. Um, I have been seeing a counsellor, which has helped me break a few things down, which obviously I like to share with other trans men out there in case you guys are also going through the same kind of stuff I'm going through. So I've noticed definitely the last couple of weeks, I've really been struggling with my identity in a masculine role, mainly because I'm not back at work as much as I like to be due to having my surgery in March on my back. Um, it's hard to talk about to find the right words. So I'm struggling because I am home way more than my partner, obviously, because she works full time. I'm only doing like 10 hours a week. So I'm doing majority of the housework, like the cleaning, the washing, the dishes, which I have no dramas with. There's nothing against my partner because I'm here more than she is, so it makes sense. But I struggle with it because before I started hormones, as a female, I was a housekeeper. So I did a lot of cleaning. Like that was how I made my living, was through housework. So I really struggle. It demasculizes me in a way, if that makes any sense. So, I'd rather be at work processing, because I usually do factory work, wearing my fluoros, my work boots, my hard yakka pants. It fills that role that I always saw myself in as a male. And now that I'm off work with an injury, I can only lift so much, so it does leave me to doing minimal things, which is frustrating. So it does play in my mind that I am doing the role of a female. I've also lost about 15 kilos since top surgery last year, and that's purely because of my lower back not being able to exercise. So I've lost about 15 kilos of muscle. So I'm way smaller than what I wanted to be, which I perceive as being more femme, because when you lose weight, I have an hourglass figure, and it's way more noticeable when I haven't got muscle on. So I have been having a hell of a time dealing with certain things in my life. It's not always easy. I always thought when I started hormones, I want to live my life as a man. It's going to be simple as pie. I'm not going to have any dramas. I'm going to be happy as. But I still get my low days. I still get dysphoria. I still get days where I think I don't pass, although I know I pass. There's no doubt that I do. But I still get those days where I think I look female. I think I sound female. And mind is a tricky thing, and it can play dark games on you. It can. And seeing a counsellor is definitely helping me deal with things. Is giving me the tools I need to get through things day by day. Um, uh, yeah, another thing I don't know if I've spoken about this in my past videos. I mean, I've made so many. But I'll just talk about how I'm tracking. I'm hoping it helps other guys. I also am learning how to reprogram how I'm dealing with my emotions. So obviously when I started T, my ability to cry has stopped. Not all trans men that are on testosterone have this problem, but I do. I cannot cry anymore. That's just something that has happened. I wasn't prepared for that when I started hormones. As much as I like not to cry, it is also very unhealthy for me not to cry. So when instead of getting upset or crying, which was a massive release for me as a female, now I can't cry. I've got to find another way to express that emotion, and it was through the gym. I found that instead of getting upset, I'd get angry instead. But because I can't train either because of my back, I've found myself getting to that point where I'm just wound up like a pretzel all the time, like just dealing with day-to-day things, and how I feel about it has been a real struggle. So I'm learning to step back a bit, and no one can prepare you for this when you start hormones. No one is going to tell you. Your counselor, your therapist, nobody's going to tell you that your emotions are going to change and your thought patterns are going to change. Now, this doesn't just only impact me, it impacts my family, it impacts my relationship. Because I'm different to how I used to be. As a female, I was really bubbly and excited and happy, and I loved life. And then I transitioned, and as I transitioned, my back started breaking down, so that kind of put me in a lot of pain, which made me a very grumpy, miserable person. And when I started my treatment, I did not envision my future to be like this. I envisioned my future to be a strong-built man that had a full-time male role, and I was going to be happy. But it turns out that's not how my journey is going at the moment. But that's okay. Get through it. The back is doing better, and as the back gets better, so does my headspace. But yeah, just want to let you guys know, it's not always happy once you start hormones. There are things that are going to take you back. It's going to take you by surprise, and my biggest one is the change of my thought pattern and the change of my emotions. That ability not to cry was a pretty big shock because I was pretty emotional as a female. That's how I dealt with things, and now I'm emotional, but a bit more cold about it, if that makes sense. I don't express myself like I used to. I don't, it's something to be aware of. So if you are already, not on hormones and you're prone to being emotionally blocked off like I was, I was a little bit open, but more blocked off now. There's a blocker. It does affect the way that you feel. So if you are already a little bit emotionally cut off, I would suggest talking to your therapist about it and letting them know, and further treatment's not going to do you any harm. It'll do nothing but justice, because it does impact you and your head does get messy. So just be aware when you start hormones, you might be passing life as grand, but there's other challenges too. You're just not prepared, and nobody can prepare you for this, so just be aware of it. Yeah, apart from that, everything else is going pretty well. I have been using my giant Kokorama packer that I did a review on a couple of weeks ago a bit more over the last few weeks. I was going to get rid of it, but I decided to keep it. It definitely helps in my dysphoria. I might not be able to pee through it, but it helps, when you wear some clothes. You need a packer, because some trousers and shorts that have that spot that need to be filled. So as big as it is, I'm getting used to it. It's not going so bad. Just wait for my tax return to slip back into my account so I can order another STP through Peacock. I decided not to go through Real Magic again because it's just financially expensive, and the waiting time is 8 months. It's just too long. So I've already been a year without an STP, which hasn't been great for my headspace. It's been pretty messy, especially when you go out in public and you need to take a piss and you haven't got an STP, and you're looking at the men's toilets and they're not the most hygienic thing in the world. So yeah, that has been on my mind a bit too, not being able to stand and pee like a cis man. I have to sit at the moment, and I don't deal with that very well, but I do my best. Anyway, I haven't really got much to talk about today. Pretty much just wanted to touch base about that. The minoxidil too, obviously, I bring that up a fair bit. 2 weeks without shaving. You can see it's filling in. This is still my weakest side. I don't think I'll ever, yeah, you can see the difference, that patch there. It's a real pain in the ass. This side is not so bad. So I've got, a really good side and a really shit side. It might just be the lighting. But even here, you can see I've got this bit of hair coming through here, and moustache is still light on compared to underneath. So today I will clip it under here back. Give this a small clipper just until this fills in so I don't look so patchy. I swear by minoxidil. If you're having trouble growing a beard, get onto it right now. Twice a day, 1 mil in the morning, 1 mil at night. Rub it in, leave it, go to bed, done. It's simple, it works. I've got another 2 months to do for the 6-month course, and then I'm done. It does make your lips dry. I've said this to you guys 1,000 times. I was using lanolin cream. I keep losing the tube because it's only about that big, and I'm prone to losing shit. So the chemist lady put me onto this one. I can't pronounce the first name, so I'll put it to the camera. It's lanolin though. It's 50-gram container and it's 100% wool fat. Can you read that? Do your best with it. Yeah, maybe it's a bit closer. There you go. I know it's back to front, but you know, use your intelligence to sort it out. But it is really good. Totally swear by it. My lips aren't nearly as dry as they used to be. I'm only using it 2 or 3 times a day. With the other lanolin cream I was using like 6 or 7 times a day. So really good stuff. It's really good for dry skin. So if you're on this for your back or any type of acne, you'll find your skin is going to dry out severely. Good for your lips. And the QV wash and moisturizer that I've spoken about in the past is very good for your skin. Yeah, so overall I'm doing okay. I just wanted to make a video and say hi. I've noticed I've got a few more subscribers, so thank you. I really appreciate it. And also just to let you guys know, there's a new transgender support group starting up in Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast. If you guys, any of you guys that are watching a local, it's on from 10 AM to 12 PM at Caloundra. If you want to know more information about it, let me know and I'll inbox you or whatever. Cool. Well, I hope everybody's doing really well. I hope everybody's journey is going smoothly. But just remember, you're also going to have dark days as well as good days. It's human nature. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing really well, and I'm really glad that everyone's following my videos. It helps me get through my days. Sometimes it just helps to talk to strangers. I don't know. Anyway, everybody, keep safe and be well. Look after. Ciao. This thing never turns off on its own. I've got to click like 3,000 times. Try again.